Those forms are like text. Text includes combinations of alphabets in small case as well as uppercase. Okay. It is stored as a pattern of bits. Obviously, everything is stored in the form of the bits, calculated in the form of the bits and bytes only. The data might be a number also. The data might be a text ABCDs, or the data might be a numbers 0 to 9. And the data might be images. You can send the images also, audio, video. That's it. Very simple. In the real life also, we are observing this. Okay. We can easily understand it. Next is computer networks. So as of now, what we covered, what is data, what is information, what is data communication, what are the characteristics a data communication has. Next one is computer
Yes.
networks. Very simple topic. If you observe this image also, you can understand it easily. Let me give some basic points related to the computer networks. Network, generally in our daily life also, we are using the word network. Suppose if you are using, a person has a good network, let us say. Nothing but he has many friends in simple terms. Okay. Nothing but he is connected with more people. In the same way, a computer network is also a collection of the computers in simple terms. Okay, I'm not going with the technical definition. In simple terms, collection of the computers are connected computers or group of the computers. Then coming to the technical definition, a computer network is group of devices. The device might be a computer, might be a mobile phone or any other devices also like a scanner, printer and so on. Computer network is group of devices connected with each other through the transmission media. We have different transmission mediums. We have the separate topic for that. What is transmission medium and what are the different type of the transmission medium we have. We will cover that later on in detail, but as of now, just remember the what. And we have the different type of the transmission mediums like wires, cables, of course, wireless also one type of the transmission media. And these devices can be computers, printers, scanners, and fax machines, as I covered just now. So let me tell you the definition in brief. Computer network is a group of devices connected together through a transmission medium. That transmission medium might be a wired or wireless. Okay. But for example, I connected my printer to my laptop through a cable. That is wired connection, wired network. For example, I connected my phone to the music player using Bluetooth. That is also a network, but that is wireless network. Like that. Okay. Wired connect, wired or wireless. Wired transmission medium and wireless transmission medium. The purpose of having computer network is to send and receive data stored in other devices over the network. For example, we have a network where uh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, where 8 devices are connected to that network, and that 8 devices might be a desktop, phone, laptop, and so on. What is the main intention of the computer networks concept is to exchange the information, or in simple terms, to send the data or receive the data. To send the information or receive the information is one of the main concepts of the computer networks. So, for example, this is my desktop. I want to share my data with this person. So, you can share your data to this person with help of this network. Yeah, your and your friend is connecting to the same network. Then you can share your information. For example, if you want to send any image to your friend through the WhatsApp, how you can send it? Because you are also connected to the mobile network and your friend also connected to the mobile network. You are connected to the same network, same mobile network. That's why you can communicate, you can send or receive the messages because you are in the same network. And one of the best advantages of the computer networks is sharing the hardware also. Okay, sharing the files and sharing the hardware also. Sharing the hardware means you may observe that suppose in the internet cave, let us say we have an internet cave, we have 10 systems. But generally, you may observe, even though that person have 10 systems, the people maintain only single printer. Okay, because no need to maintain a 10 printers. The reason is the computer network advantage. What is the advantage of computer network? The hardware also can be in the shareable if you are in the network. So the printer is connected to a LAN, where LAN is nothing but one of the network. I will cover what is LAN and properties of the LAN. That printer is a connected to a network, where in the same network I have 10 systems also. That's why if you want to take printout of any one of these 10 systems, you can take the printout by using single printer. So finally, you must understand that hardware is also in the shareable mode using the computer network. Now you can understand how much disadvantages you have. No need to purchase a 10 printers separately. You can purchase only one printer. Connect one printer to the n number of the systems. We can achieve it with help of the computer networks concept only. Okay. And what are
Yes.
the devices? Yeah, what are the devices connected to this network are called nodes in the computer network terminology. In the computer network terminology, whatever the devices connected to this network are called nodes. Then next subtopic is components of data communication. Components of data communication. So very simple. If you want to send the data, a message, data information, whatever might be, you can use here. If you want to send any message from one place to another place, let us say sender to receiver. What you need to use to complete this task? That is our concept. That is components of data communication. What are the components involved to send your data from X place to Y place? Now, first one is sender, obviously. Okay. If you want to send the data from one place to another place, sender must be. Sender is the device. Sender is the device that has the data and needs to send the data to the other devices, where that other device must be connected to the same network. As I covered just now in the example, if you want to send any WhatsApp message, that person also must be in the network. That person also must be connected to the internet. Suppose the destination person doesn't have internet facility, how your WhatsApp message will be delivered? No chance. Because these two people must be connected to the network. In that example, that network is internet. Okay. Internet is also one type of network. Then message. So what is the data? What is the information you want to send? That is called a message. And that will be sent, that will be transferred from one device to another device. Next, receiver. A receiver is a device which is expecting the data from the other device on the network. A simple uh, thing. Okay. A receiver is a device. In network terminology, we have a device that is a receiver device that is expecting the data from the another device. That device also must be connected to the same network. Fourth one is transmission media. For example, let us say I want to talk with my friend, and let us assume that there are no cell phones. There are no cell phone. There are no smartphones. No wireless mobiles. I had only land phone facility. Let us assume that. Suppose I want to talk with my friend with a land phone facility. Obviously, a wired connection should be maintained. If it is a land phone, wired land phone, let us say, because we have wireless land phones also. Okay. Wired land phone. So here that wire, that cable, in technical terminology, that is a cable. That cable is acting as a transmission media, where with help of that cable, I can send my voice to my friend. I can listen the voice of my friend with help of that cable. Because through that cable only, my voice is being sent to the my friend, and my friend voice, I can also listen that with help of that cable. So that cable in this example is called transmission media. Okay, with which you are sending and you are receiving the data. That channel is called transmission media. The transmission media might be a wire or wireless. Okay, in the wired case, we use cables. In the wireless case, we use radio waves. Not only radio waves, we can use different type of the waves also. We have separate topic for that, like a transmission media. We will cover in detail about what are the different type of the cables and what are the different type of the wires and wired wireless transmission media we has. Next one is protocol. A protocol can be defined in the technical terms, that is a set of the rules. A protocol is a set of the rules that are agreed by the both sender and receiver. Without a protocol, two devices can be connected to each other, but they cannot communicate. This is very important point. Okay. See this image once again. Now see, sender, receiver, message, completed. Transmission media also we covered. Next one is rules. Set of the rules is called a protocol. These rules must be followed by sender and receiver, then only the communication can be exchanged. Without protocols, the sender and receiver
Sir, will you
might be
please give an
connected.
example for this?
Yeah, yeah. So without the protocols, the sender and receiver may be connected, but may not exchange the information. Very simple example. Suppose I want to send an email. Okay, I want to send an email to my friend. In
Yes.
I am the sender, receiver is my friend. But how the mail will be delivered to my friend? Between me and my friend, there is a transmission media, that is internet, fine. But in the internet also, within that internet also, we have the different type of the protocols. For the mail, we use simple mail transfer protocol, SMTP protocol. Okay, what is protocol? That is set up the rules. In this case, to send and receive the mail, different networks provided a dedicated protocol called mail protocol with the name SMTP protocol. The responsibility of the SMTP protocol is receive the mail, deliver the mail at the particular destination. Like that, we have so many protocols. We have so many protocols in the network concept. For each and every purpose, there is a dedicated protocol is there.
These protocols are back-end version, sir.
Yes,
Mhm.
we cannot see the protocols.
Yeah,
Those are
yeah.
internal part of the network.
Okay, okay. Got it, sir.
They doesn't have physical existence. Those are internal part of the. Let me give a very simple example. Suppose if you want to open any website, suppose
Mm.
I want to open google.com. Even though you type Google in the URL bar, you may observe HTTP.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
That is also example of the protocol.
Okay, okay. Okay, sir.
Hypertext transfer protocol. The
Protocol.
purpose of
Mm.
that protocol is to send your request to the internet and that particular URL web page will be opened. That is the responsibility of that protocol. Okay. So like that, we
Okay,
have
sir.
so many different protocols are there depending on different purposes. Right. In order to establish a reliable communication or a data sharing between the two different devices, obviously we need to maintain the protocols. And in other words, need to set up the rules. Set up the rules is called protocols. Okay. As I covered just now, see, HTTP is one of the protocol used by the web browsers to display some web page, result of the web page. And SMTP protocol, as I covered just now, SMTP protocol for the email services. And we have HTTPS protocol also. Generally, this protocol you may observe in the bank related websites. For example, if you open SBI.com, you may observe HTTPS colon / www.sbi.co.in. For all banking domains, the protocol used is HTTPS. S means secured, more secured. This is more secured protocol. Next topic is modes of the data communication. Very simple topic. This is also two devices communicate with each other by sending and receive the data. We covered that. The data can be transmitted between the devices in several different ways. As of now, what we covered, what is data communication, and what is the architecture, what is the properties a data communication has, like, and components of the computer networks like sender, receiver, transmission, media, and protocols. But now the topic is how the data will be transmitted between the devices. What are the ways we have? What are the methods we have to transfer the data between or among the devices? That is the topic now. First thing is serial and parallel transmission. This is one of the transmission method. One of the transmission method. Serial and parallel transmission method. The transmission medium may be capable of sending a single bit at a time or multiple bits at a time. Nothing but we have the different methods. In one method, we may send one bit at a time. In another method, we may send multiple bits at a time. When a single bit is transmitted, at a time, the transmission is called serial transmission. Okay, we are sending a single bit, either 0 or 1. We are sending a single bit at a time. That type of the transmission method is called serial transmission. Then, when multiple bits are sent at a time, that type of the transmission method is called parallel transmission. Parallelly, we are sending more than one bits at a time. That's why it is called parallel transmission. See this image, you can understand it easily. So we have sender and receiver. I have only one channel. I have only one communication media. And here n equals to 1. N equals to 1 means I have only one transmission media, one channel, one path. Okay. And here we are sending only one bit at a time. I am sending only one bit at a time. For example, at this second, I am sending 0, 1 bit. That might be delivered at receiver side. After that, I will send one more bit that might be either 0 or 1. 1. If one delivered at the receiver, then another bit, next another bit, and so on. So finally, one bit is transmitted at a time. That type of the transmission is called serial transmission. Next, n equals to 8. Here, number of the paths, number of the channels we have are 8. 8 lines in simple terms. These are 8 paths, 8 channels. And where we can send 8 bits at a time. For example, through the one channel, first channel, I am sending 0. At the same time, second channel, I am sending one more bit, let us say 0. Third channel also, I am sending one more bit at the same time, 1, 0, 1, and so on. Like that, you can send 8 bits at a time by using 8 paths. This is called parallel transmission. Okay, serial transmission and parallel transmission. Now, we have another type of the transmissions also, synchronous and asynchronous transmission. Synchronous transmission means both receiver and sender have an agreement or aware about timing. This is important point. This is the keyword. Both receiver and sender have the idea about the timing of the sending data, so that the both sender and receiver can coordinate or synchronize their time communication, their data communication. They are maintaining one time. So at the same time, sender and receiver must activate it. They must have the coordination to send the data or receive the data. This is called synchronous transmission. Asynchronous transmission. Very simple. Of course, that might not be suitable 100%, but let me give an idea to make the understand of the concept. Suppose there are two persons, and one person is trying to send the message using WhatsApp, but second person has the WhatsApp, but they don't have the data pack, okay, internet facility. So at that time, the data might not be delivered at the same time because the destination person doesn't have internet facility. That person doesn't have mobile data or Wi-Fi facility and so on. This is asynchronous. So this is about synchronous. If that person is maintaining timing, that is synchronous. At the same time, two must be activated. But they are that destination person doesn't have the internet facility, that becomes asynchronous, like that. Okay. And next one, asynchronous, very simple. Dictionary meaning is not synchronous. Coming to the actual topic is there is no proper coordination. There is no proper synchronization between sender and receiver before the transmission of the data. This is called asynchronous. Okay. Then the data is sent into the group of 8 bits. The sender can start the data transmission at any instance of the time without informing the receiver. Nothing but very simple example for this asynchronous is mailing system. Suppose I am sending the mail to you at this time. You may or may not open that mail at the same time. Okay. You may open that mail tomorrow, day after tomorrow, depending on your time. There is no need to active the two users at the same time. This is what asynchronous, not synchronous. The transmission modes. What is transmission mode actually? Very frequently asked question in the exams. The transmission mode means the direction, or in other words, the way, but better to use direction. The direction in which the data is transmitted from one place to another place, from one device to another device. That is known as transmission mode. Let me repeat. In which direction the data is being transmitted from one device to another device. That is known as transmission mode. The transmission mode, also known as communication mode. The transmission mode is also known as communication mode. Then each communication channel has a direction. So this is all about direction only. The topic, the complete topic, transmission mode is about directions. Each communication channel has a direction associated with it, and transmission media provide the direction. So therefore, the transmission mode is also known as directional mode. Okay, very simple. So every communication channel has a direction. What is the direction and how can we understand that? I will give the example for this, the next slide. So for every transmission, there is a separate direction is there for every type. Mode is nothing but type. Okay. Mode type of the directions. Okay. We have different type of the modes, different type of the transmission modes. Those are simplex, half duplex, full duplex. So each and every method have a different direction. Okay. I will show you that. See, simplex mode. First one is simplex mode. You can observe this image. Let us say we have two systems, sender and receiver. sender, receiver. But in the simplex mode, the communication direction, just now I covered, na, this is all about directions. The communication direction is unidirectional. Observe this direction mark, unidirectional. What does it mean?
Only one direction.
Yeah, uni means only one, general meaning. Uni means the general meaning is one direction. At any point of time, the data should be transferred in this direction only. That is the meaning of simplex mode. Okay. So every time the device can act as a sender only by using this
Mm.
channel at any point of time that must be act as sender only. This must be a receiver only. By using this channel, this receiver cannot send the data because the direction is unidirectional. By using this path, always yes can send the message, receiver can receive the message. That's it. The simplex mode is used in the business field for the sales that do not require any corresponding reply. In the big malls, you may observe that some people may give the announcement, some XYZ person come to this place and so on. That is actually simplex mode. Or the otherwise, let me give even more example, radio station. Okay. If you on the radio station, you can listen what is broadcasting, what is telecasting, but you cannot give the reply for that. Just you can listen the radio programs only. You cannot respond to that programs directly with help of the radio. Okay, because that is simplex mode. Always from the radio station, the data will be sent. You are the listener. Always your role is listener only. The radio station role is sender only. This won't be changed. That is what simplex mode. Still, more example is keyboard and monitor. With help of the keyboard, always you can give the information to the system, but you cannot get the information through the keyboard because the direction of the flow, data flow is unidirectional. Monitor also same thing. With help of the monitor, you can get the data, but you cannot give the data to the monitor. That is also only one way, simplex mode. Then the main advantage in the simplex mode is that full capacity of this communication channel can be utilized during the transmission because only the total communication channel is used by one system only. Total communication channel is utilized by the only one system. That's why the total capacity of that particular channel is utilized by single system. Okay, so this is the advantage in the simplex mode. See this device, see this image, you can understand it easily. Device 1 and device 2. I think we missed one more slide. So this is about half duplex. Half duplex is nothing but we have the transmission media between the two devices and it has two directions. It has two channels, forward and backward channels. Two are valid, but one direction only can be activated at a time. That is the meaning of half duplex. We have the channel, we can send the data in simple words left to right and right to left, but only one direction should be happened at a time. You cannot send the data in the two directions at a time. That is the concept of half duplex. Best example for this is walkie-talkie. In the movies, you may observe walkie-talkie. Okay. So one person wants to convey a message to the destination persons. He may talk with walkie-talkie and he may use the word uh, but generally they use one keyword by using walkie-talkie. Okay. So what does it mean is while another person is using the walkie-talkie, the destination person must listen. That person should not talk. Over, yes. The people generally what we find in the movies, those who are using walkie-talkies, they use the keyword over. For example, X person is talking with walkie-talkie. After completion of the talking about some XYZ topic, he may use the word over. Nothing but the my side, the topic is over. My side, I don't want to continue the talking. That is the meaning of the keyword over. Then another side, other person may start the talking. Because if two persons start talking about the walkie-talkie, that will be distorted. Okay, that might not be meaningful. The walkie-talkie doesn't support such type of the communication media, that type of the communication modes that supports only one direction at a time. Even though that supports two directions, but at a time only one. Okay, and the next one is full duplex. Now you can understand it. We have the path between the two devices that has the two directions, and you can use two directions at a time. Okay, this is a bidirectional communication channel, and these two directions can be utilized at the same time. This is about full duplex mode. Okay, example for the full duplex is telephone or mobile phone. Suppose you are talking with your friend. While you're talking with your friend, if your friend wants to talk with you, that person also can talk, obviously. There is no restrictions like whenever one person is talking, another person should not talk. We don't have such type of the rules whenever you are using mobile phones or telephones, because the internally the transmission mode implemented by telephone or mobile phone is full duplex. It supports two directional communications. So that is about full duplex. So this is about a transmission media. Very simple and very important. Try to remember each and every point and try to represent the same thing in the exam to score more marks. Let me recall what we covered in this session. Data is nothing but raw facts, doesn't have meaning. Information is processed data that has a meaning that is used to take the decisions. Exchanging of the data is called data communication. Types of communications are two types, analog and digital. Analog is nothing but continuous. Digital is not continuous. This is in the form of zeros and ones. This is the image related to the analog and digital. The characteristics of the data communication that must be delivered to the correct person, correct time. Accuracy should not be fabricated. Timeliness, the packet must be delivered at the correct time. And jitter, if there is a variation in the packet delivery, packet arrival time, that is called jitter. The data what we are sending using the network might be in the different forms like text, ABCDs, numbers 0 to 9, images, audio, and video files also. Computer network, the technical definition is group of the computers connected to the same network, connected together is called network, and the device is called node. The advantages of the computer network is sharing the files and sharing the hardware also. Then components of the data communication, sender who can send the data, receiver who will receive the data, protocols, set of the rules that is used to implement a particular task. Message means what is the information you want to send. Mode of the data communications, we have different modes, serial and parallel. Single bit at a time, serial. Multiple bits we can transmit at a time, that is parallel. Synchronous, sender and receiver must be activated at the same time. Synchronous. Asynchronous, then might not be activated at the same time, that is called asynchronous. Transmission mode represent what is the direction of the transmitting the data, that is transmission mode. We have three types, that is simplex, half duplex, full duplex. Simplex means only one direction is allowed. Always only one direction is allowed. Full half duplex, two direction is allowed, but at a time only one direction is allowed, but not two directions at a time. But coming to the full duplex, we have the path with the two directions and we can use two directions at a time. That is full duplex. So that's it about today's session. I will share these notes with your coordinator. Go through these points. If you have any doubts regarding to this, you can ask in the next session also.
Sure, sir. Sir, where will you share these notes?
Yeah, I will share these notes with your Bhattu sir, your coordinator, and sir
Okay,
will
sir.
post the PPT in your group.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Okay, man. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Right.